So keto granola is what I'm showing you guys how to make today. And let me tell you, this low carb granola, it is crispy, it's crunchy, it's perfectly sweetened, and there's no sugar used to make it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what I love about granola is just how versatile it is. You can just scoop some out of a jar and eat it as a snack. You could add some to a bowl, pour some milk on it, and eat it as a keto granola cereal. Or if you really want to take things to a whole different level of deliciousness, you could add this stuff to some low carb keto friendly yogurt, like this 2-carb vanilla yogurt from Ratio, and you've got yourself a keto friendly parfait. By the way, that vanilla flavored yogurt, it is the best keto friendly yogurt I've ever had. It's so good. Check that out if you find it in the grocery store. That said, let's get right into the good stuff. Let's not waste any more time. Make some low carb keto granola. All right, so the first thing we want to do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Then we are going to get out our food processor and add 1 cup or 170 grams of raw almonds to it, followed by 1 cup or 125 grams of raw pecans, and a cup or 150 grams of raw hazelnuts. So now that we've got those in there, we're going to add some seeds to our keto granola mix, and the first of which is going to be about 1/4 cup or 35 grams of sunflower seeds. Then we're going to follow that up by adding about the same amount of pumpkin seeds to our granola. Okay, so as you're seeing here, at this point, we'll want to get our food processor set up on the motor, and then we'll want to use the pulse function to roughly chop those up. And by the way, it's worth mentioning that you don't want to over pulse the nuts because we're trying to make granola and we're really not trying to make a meal or flour or even worse, a nut seed butter with those ingredients. All right, now that we've got those blended up how we want them, we're gonna add another 1/4 cup or 30-ish grams of sunflower seeds. And then again, we're gonna add about the same amount of pumpkin seeds. Then we're gonna follow that up with 1/3 cup or 45 grams of sesame seeds, 1/3 cup or 55 grams of chia seeds, a cup or 96 grams of unsweetened shredded coconut, and a heaping 1/2 cup or 80 grams of a confectioner's erythritol blend. Now we're gonna get out our handy dandy mini spatula and give all those ingredients a good mix. Of course, the best tool that we've got though is our hands, so eventually we're gonna get those in there as well to finish up the job. Anyways, once our dry ingredients are mixed well, we're gonna add just less than 1/2 cup or 110 grams of some keto-friendly peanut butter to a small bowl, along with 2 large egg whites and a heaping teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we're gonna get our mini spatula back out and give those a mix until they're well combined. All right, now let's move our dry ingredients over to a bigger bowl because things are looking pretty snug in there. Then we're gonna add our liquid ingredients in there as well. Now we're gonna combine those as best we can with our spatula, but again, we'll eventually wanna move on to mixing everything together with our hands. Also, this is a good time to add any cinnamon, salt, or spices that you'd like to jazz your keto granola up with. Okay, so when we've taken care of that, we're gonna add a bit of water to the bottom of a baking sheet just so that the parchment paper that we added to it stays in place when we add our granola. Then we're gonna add our granola to the sheet and start pressing it out with our hands. That said, when you're doing this, you want the keto granola to be as evenly spread out as possible so that it cooks as evenly as possible. And a pro tip here is to use a rolling pin to help you do this. Anyways, once the granola is looking good, we're going to bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. You'll know it's done when it just starts to turn golden brown, and then when you take it out of the oven, you'll want to let it cool down for at least an hour in the tray that you cooked it in. Okay, so once that cools, we're going to run a knife down the center of the granola just to help us split it into 2 more manageable pieces. And as you're seeing here, from those 2 pieces, we're going to break our keto granola down into more bite-sized pieces. Then when we've done that to all of our granola, we want to transfer it into an airtight sealable jar or a bag to keep it fresh for several weeks or even a couple of months. But honestly, it never lasts that long in my house. That said, this recipe makes an awesome low-carb keto granola cereal, especially if you add some raspberries and almond milk to it. Or as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it makes an awesome keto parfait as well if you pair it with some of that Ratio vanilla yogurt. So that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoy the granola. As always, for more info on today's recipe, check out the video description below, and I'll see you in the next one.